Friends, are you ready to get galactivated now? Crystar Galactica, your fairy god sis, Saint Joe Narcata, and of course our little princess Charlie. We are Galactivators, your fairy god family. TikTok live, YouTube live, and on the replay. And thank you for joining us on the beach here in person live, our fairy god family. We're going to take the next hour or so of our beautifully busy lives and step outside if you're able to, and ground in and tune in, fill up with the love of dog, and let the sacred silliness unfold. So settle on in, find that easy seated pose, invite and find that straight spine, head, neck, and spine, lifting through our sternum. Maybe even give your sternum a little massage to relax and cause our body to start to calm down and drop in. Start to tune in to the sounds beyond the sounds. Filling up with the love of dog. Yesterday was the white solar dogs of death day, when all of our dearly departeds on the other side were able to flood us with love in our hearts, fill us up with that eternal bliss. And today is the planetary monkey day of self-generation. We are ripening on the vine, and our third eye is awakening today. Our ability to see the quantum reality that is. And the key to that inner ankh, that nectar of eternal life, the Amrit, is to still our mind and deepen the breath. So let us increase that breath to a 7-count inhale. Suspend it at the top with your belly inflated. Engage your root. Pull that breath in and up by engaging your belly. Uddiyana Bandha. Tuck your chin in. Pull that breath up to your third eye. Locking the throat. And bring your awareness to that Ajna chakra. And we will exhale for a count of 7. So this is going to be our Trinity breath today. Inhaling for 7. Hold for 7. Pull that breath in and up. Lock it in. And exhale for 7. This planetary monkey day, it's all about remembering the ephemeral nature of life and time, and not taking ourselves in the moments too seriously as they unfold, knowing this eternal dance that we are on with one another, just letting it be fun, making it playful and joyful and heart-based and loving. So let's start to make some circles and spirals, super friends, with our hands on our knees. Let's inhale, rolling the shoulders. First, we're going to start in one direction, exhaling as we roll back. Inhaling to center. Let's switch the crossing of our legs. And now we're going to spiral the other direction. So Winston, hi buddy. Princess Charles ate all the treats, sir. Apologies. Usually we have treats to share. Princess Charlie found the stash.
He gets very demanding about treats.
I
There's
know.
a store that gives him
Sorry,
some,
buddy.
And when they run out, he sits down and refuses to leave. Like he'll like I have to pull him out seated to get out of the store.
All right, let's take it forward and back. Inhale, lift our heart. Sorry, buddy. Forgive me, Sir Winston. For Charles has eaten all the treats. All right, come back to center. Let's take those shoulders up, back down, and even include our arms in the mix and breathe and open our hearts up to this. And imagine this light, this liquid light that we're breathing in. Little dewdrops just flowing, beautiful light down our spine and infusing us with prana into that wonderful honeycomb of our mind, and envision it forming that nectar of immortality, the amrita pouring down our spine, dripping down our brainstem, into the top of our mouth, down our throat, and all the way through our nervous system. All that is enlivening and expansive. Let's grab our right wrist with that left hand and lean up and over. And the other side. And releasing those hands back behind, interlacing those fingers. Let's pull back, lift our hearts, let them shine. Big smiles. Breathe in peace and harmony and light. And then let's release and unwind these legs. Check and see if there's any extra treats hidden in here. Nay. Sorry, bud. All right, super friends, let's spread those yogi toes. Inhale, reach up. Interlace those thumbs, lean up from our heart and back. Let's project our heart forward into next year, into the new year. See this year finishing so strong, so happy, so joyful, so creative, so abundant, so prosperous, so enlivening, so exciting. Super friends, Galactivate! Hinging at the waist and fold. Reach those hands forward, grab the toes, tuck our chin, spread. Stretch those toes. Breathe into the back of our neck. Thank you for the hearts. Rising on back up. Let's bend this left knee back And let's bring that left knee close to the right and get that fleshy part out of the way, having that foot next to our side if that feels comfortable. And we're gonna just walk those hands back. Lifting our heart and slowly easing ourselves back down. Maybe you make it onto your forearms, or maybe your body opens and you can come all the way back down. Just take your time and take it slow. Keep the breath flowing. Come back to that 3-part breath, inhaling for 7, hold for 7, pull it up to your brain, your third eye. Exhale for 7. Rising on up as we exhale, and let's rotate this foot out to the side, opening that leg up a little bit. Let's bend this right knee, placing that foot on the top of our thigh, sitting up nice and tall. As we exhale, let's twist to the right and stretch that spine, lifting our heart, stretching our eyes. And walk our hands out, taking a nice deep twist. Breathing in and walking our hands around the front of our body. Find where that edge is. Just walk towards it. Tap into that place. Breathe into it. Find that slight discomfort, but don't push ourselves into the pain zone. And then just walk ourselves forward. Come back to that 7-part breath, super friends. Breathing in for a count of 7, holding it at the top. Pull everything up to your brain, light up all your chakras on the way. And exhale for 7, feeling those energy centers spin like little pinwheels. walking on up. Let's bring our hands back behind and heel toe these knees side to side, looking over the opposite shoulder. Just noticing what has shifted from side to side. And then coming back to center, let's extend that left leg forward and bending this right knee. Send this right foot back, removing that fleshy part out, bringing those knees towards one another and that heel in close to our hip. So first we'll just sit up here, nice and tall, connect to that breath again. And the pelicans. And then we'll start to walk ourselves back, breathing into that quad, opening our hearts, keeping that foot bent back so we're on the top of that foot. Be really mindful of that knee. Breathing out, rising on up. When you feel balanced on both sides, walking our hands towards the front. We're gonna turn that foot out now and bend this front knee and plant that foot on that front thigh. So left foot on top of the right thigh, left knee bent out, and we're gonna take it into a twist. Inhale our arms up, giving thanks for this beautiful day. Exhaling, twisting to the left, bringing that hand back behind us. Lift our heart, big smile. Breathe into your heart, find your intention. Taking all this delicious light, the Amrita. Invite in that Kundalini Shakti energy, that feminine energy, that loving kindness, ahimsa, generosity, giving, sharing your talents and gifts, asteya, peace, calm, equanimity, santosha. Let's walk those hands forward and out, back behind us.
I kicked Dennis Rodman out of my spot. He was in there being weird with all the fucking weirdos.
Find that 3-part breath with the 7-count inhale, 7-count hold, and the 7-count exhale. Really tune into your energy centers, the chakras in your body. See if you can breathe in from your belly and up the center line as you inhale, and bring it all up to that third eye. And then as you exhale, breathe it out. See it just cascading over you. we exhale, walk those hands nice and low around the front, over towards that right leg, walking those hands forward. Breathing in to your lower back, filling up with the love of dog, taking in all today's wisdom straight from the light. Beautiful quantum shifting happening inside. So effortless and easy. Relaxing and breathing. And when you feel balanced, walking ourselves back up, swinging these legs around, and coming into a tabletop. Hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. We're gonna take some cats and cows. Inhale, press into our belly, lift our gaze, our drishti. Exhale, arch our spine, pull those hips forward, drop our crown, press into the ground for cat pose. Filling with that love of dog as we breathe in to our cow pose. Stretching that heart forward. And as we exhale, arch that spine, crown down. And breathing back to center, let's make some circles, spirals with our spine, like a cement truck, like a rock tumbler, purifying all the crystals within us. That beautiful golden staff of light within us, the Sushumna Nadi. And let's take it the other direction. The Ida Nadi, and the Pingala Nadis. And then in the horizontal plane, let's take it side to side. And coming back to center, let's curl our toes and lift our knees and press up and back. Downward dog, please. Reach those heels down, press into our flat palms, press into our fingertips. Let our head fall between our arms. Release any tension in our neck. Bending one knee at a time. Find that deep breath. Shifting our weight forward, lowering down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale into a Sphinx pose. So bringing those elbows down, hands to the ground or on the physical ground, ideally. Roll the shoulders up, back down. Lifting our heart, legs together. Finding that breath. Once again, that 7-part. Deep breath, inhale, hold the breath for 7, Pull all the chakras from the root up to the third eye. Light them up. And as you exhale, let that breath flow from you like water. And slowly lower down, curl the toes, press into the ground. Let's take some push-ups, knees up or down, flowing with our breath. 5 a day challenge. And then we'll push up and back into a child's pose. Or you could do puppy dog first. If you want to reach your arms forward and bring your arms to the ground, your chin to the ground, but keeping those hips up before we sit back. And we'll meet in a child's pose. And inhale, coming on forward. Once again, coming on down to the ground. Super friends, reach those arms back, interlace those fingers, pull up. Breathe into our heart, big smile. Taking our neck side to side. Face yoga. Stretch your face, good idea. Kiss the sky, stretch your mouth. Deep breath into your belly. And releasing those hands down to the ground. Let's press and lift our heart up. Rolling the shoulders back down. Lift that head, that neck open. Taking that chin side to side, stretching our eyes. And lowering on down. We're gonna open up our hearts. Okay, so let's stretch that left arm straight out from our shoulder to the ground, placing that palm down, bringing that left cheek on the ground, right hand in front of our face, push-up position, press into the ground, roll onto that shoulder, onto that left side of our body. Let this right leg come up while keeping our head relaxed. Circle that ankle a few times. Right hand supporting us, and then bend that knee, place that foot on the ground behind that left knee. Find the breath, that unconditional love. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Elevating this right arm up. If you like, open your heart up. Envision all of today's light, bringing form to the formless, infusing us with wisdom, the spiritual light and truth of this. Golden nectar of immortality, the prana kundalini shakti inside of our bodies, that transcendental spiritual bliss. Invite that in with every breath in us that now exists. Super friends, Galactivate! And if you want to play with elevating this right knee, bending it, take this hand, grab that ankle, and stretch that leg back. You're welcome to play with that variation here. And releasing that right hand back down to the ground, slowly rolling onto our bellies now. Press into the ground, peel up, cobra, lifting our heart up. Breathe in that loving kindness today. And lower on down. Curl the toes, press into the ground, pressing up through plank. Back to downward dog. Heel step just a little closer to our hands. Press into the ground. Notice the differences in our body. Inhaling, shifting ourselves forward to plank. Exhaling, lower it down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, peel that heart up, cobra once again. Exhale, lowering, super friends. This time we're going to extend that right arm directly out from that right shoulder. Palm down on the ground. We're going to bring that right cheek down so our head is facing to the left. Left hand in front of our face, push-up position. Press into the ground. Keep that head down. Roll onto that shoulder, onto that side. Elevating this left leg up. Make some circles with that ankle. Keeping that head and neck relaxed. And then bending that left knee. Placing it on the ground behind that right knee. And once you're here, if you want to elevate this left arm up, you're welcome to. Find the breath. And if you'd like to bend this left knee, reach back with that left hand, grab that ankle, play with your balance while stretching that leg back. You're welcome to. releasing this hand down to the ground, coming back down. Let's extend these arms forward. And as we breathe in, lift these arms up and lift those back legs up for our locust pose. Om. Super yogis, keep those arms up off the ground, flying above the earth as we breathe. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, lift them even higher. Hurtling through space. Super friends, Galactivate, and coming on back down. Hands under our shoulders, peeling on up into a cobra. And slowly lowering down, curl the toes, press into the ground, pushing on up into a plank, and then back to downward dog. Stepping those feet a little closer to our hands, pushing our weight back towards our heels. Once again, release that neck. Make plus signs with our neck. Deep breath in, bend our knees, look forward between our hands. And at the bottom of our exhale, walk, hop, or float those feet forward up to our hands. Lifting our heart as we breathe in and folding over ourselves as we exhale. Inhale, leading from the heart, rising up, arms out and up, feet back, palms together, big inner smile. Every cell within smiling, glowing, galactivating. Super friends, Galactivate! Hands come down into our heart and just tap on that heart, that thymus gland, that thyroid. Visualize health flowing, currents, streams flowing through our body. Affirmation time. I am the stream of health and well-being. I am the stream of health and well-being. I am one with the flowing currents of health and well-being. I am one with the flowing currents of health and well-being. Just tap that one in, super friends. One more. I am safety. I am safety. Ooh, Kundalini. I am security. I am security. I am health and vitality. I am health and vitality. And health is wealth. Health is wealth. Let's place our left hand on our heart, right hand on our left, and just breathe. Oh. All right, super friends, let's baby bend our right knee and bend that left knee, reach back, grab that foot with our left hand, extending this right arm up, finding something to focus on, not moving. Start to hinge at the waist, allowing this leg to lift up and back behind us as we extend this right arm up and forward. And coming on back to center, let's release our hand, extend this leg forward, and then step it into a high lunge. So coming up on those back tippy toes, bending into that front knee. Filling up with the love of dog, let's bring our hands to our heart and twist towards the right, shifting our weight forward. Tuck that elbow, prayer hands, open our heart. On back to center. Let's bring those hands down, drop that back knee down, send those hips back, Lift our toes, nose to knee. Drop in that head. Find that breath cycle. Inhale, breathe forward. Exhale, heel toe. Bring that foot across our body, flexing that foot, squaring our hips, lifting our heart. Om Namah Shivaya. Fill up with that divine love, divine light, divine grace, divine beauty, divine life force, creating ourselves. Self-generation day. Super friends. Galactivate as we walk ourselves forward. And hips and shoulders are square, foot is flexed, breathing in. Feeling whatever emotions are here, stored in our hips. Breathe into our heart, up to that third eye. Find that breath cycle. 7 count inhale into the belly. Pull it up into the third eye for a count of 7 as you hold the breath, and then exhale for 7, supported from within. Walking our hands up. Let's swing this leg around. Dropping on down into a cobra. And pressing up into a plank. Pressing up into a plank. Back to downward dog. Reach those heels down. Shaking our heads all around. Press into those palms and fingers. Breathing in, hold the breath, bend the knees, look forward between our hands. And at the bottom of our exhale, walk, hop, or float these feet up into a forward fold. And inhale, lift our heart. Exhale, fold. Leading with the heart, reverse swan dive, arms out and up, palms together, lean back. And exhale, hands into our hearts. Notice what's shifted. Stepping back to give us lots of room in front of us now. Dropping into that mountain groundedness. Grabbing the earth with those left toes. Let's inhale. Maybe bend in that left knee. Bend that right knee. Reach back. Grab this foot. Pulling this leg back. Let's inhale and extend this left arm forward. And begin to hinge at the hips and come into a Natarajasana. up on those back tippy toes. High lunge. Deep bend in that front knee, knees over our ankle. See if we can get that front knee, that front thigh parallel to the ground. Find that powerful breath as we fill up in our belly. Pull it up to that third eye. Hands come together in our heart, shifting our weight forward, turning towards the right, hooking that elbow to the outside of that thigh and press. Lifting our heart, stretching our eyes, finding that breath. Long.
Really, was there anything I could do that would be better?
Inhaling, coming back to center, drop that back knee down. And as we exhale, send those hips back, toes up, nose to knee. Inhale, bending into that front knee. Exhale, heel toe. Right foot over to the left, flexing that foot, squaring our hips and shoulders forward. Breathe in, lift our heart. Exhale, walking our hands forward. Tucking our chin under, sleeping swan. Find that breath cycle again, super friends. Thank you so much for the gift. Find that breath cycle again, super friends. Tongue to the roof of your mouth. As you inhale, create a suction, inflate that belly. Engage your root, pull the breath in. One center at a time. Counting to 7, pull up to that third eye. And exhale for a count of 7. Spinning all those chakras. And rising on up. Now, feel balanced, swing this leg around. Coming on back down, one more cobra. Open our heart. Notice how you feel now. Slowly lowering on down. Curl the toes, press up strong from the ground. Hips back, booty up. Doggy down. Once again, shake that head all around. Press into the ground, into a child's pose, bringing those knees down, stretching those arms forward. On back, on back, down to the ground, my dears. Make sure that you use that strong core. Easing on down to the ground. Interlace those fingers behind our neck, bending those knees. Let's take some yogi bicycles, if you please. So bringing those knees in, extend that right leg, let it hover above the ground. Left knee to right elbow. Breathe and then switch sides. Flowing with our breath. And then we'll bring ourselves back to center and just extend for a mini shavasana just for a moment. Let yourself just melt on the ground. And then breathing in, bending our knees, reach our hands to our heels, press into the ground, lift those hips up, bring those hands together, walk our elbows and shoulders underneath us. Keep that neck neutral. Press into your forearms. Lift your heart up towards your chin. Squeeze those knees towards one another. Press into the ground with your big toes. Inhale to 7. Inflating your belly. Lock the belly, the root, the neck. Bring all that breath up to that third eye. And exhale out that third eye for 7. Inhale up on those tippy toes. Exhale, rolling on down. Windshield wiper those knees side to side. Coming on back to center. Let's cross that right knee over the left. Hug those knees in, circle our ankles. One direction, the other direction. Extending this right arm and shoulder up and back to the side. Let's drop our knees over to the left. Deep twist in our spine. Back to center. Adjust ourselves, hug those knees in, cross the left knee over the right, squeeze them in, circle our ankles around, find that breath once again. Breathe that liquid amrita, that bliss into our belly, super friends. Suck it all up to that third eye. See that brain exploding with ecstasy and joy. Super friends, Galactivate. Extending that left arm and shoulder up and back to the left, guiding those knees ever so mindfully over to the right. Deep twist in our spine, keeping that left shoulder down. Deep breath, stretch the eyes, open our hearts up like a flower now. center, hugging it in when you feel nice and balanced. We're gonna take one more fish pose here. So let's rock ourselves up, bringing our hands to our glutes, coming down onto those elbows, those forearms, pointing our toes, zip up that mermaid tail, lift our heart up, send that head back, gaze through that third eye, swim out that tail, open that heart, that thymus, visualize healing, health, well-being flowing through our bodies. Let the prana build up in us all. And slowly coming onto our back side where we're dropping into our final resting pose, Shavasana. If there's anything else you require before you can fully surrender to the silence, please give that to yourself right now. If you need to cover yourself up or drink something or take something off. And we're gonna bring ourselves down onto our backside, head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Find that breath cycle one more time. Deepen that belly. Pull everything up to that third eye. Gaze into that third eye. And then exhale with a sigh and melt into the silence. And we will be back in a little bit for our guided Galactivation journey, Super Friends. In the heavens, across the sky, quantum blast is flowing straight into our inner eye. Awareness heightened, growing, and we see and hear the sky. Into our inner silence, this knowing, gnosis now arrives. Inner sense of vision is awakened and returned. The light of love, remembering who we are, we've been, we were. Super sense is growing in the power of this moon. Our inner presence returning as our inner knowing blooms. Our human self just softens its resistance and disbelief. Our divine self awakens. Shiva Shakti's been asleep. And now this yoga thickens, quickens, densifies, restores. That place inside us, intention is rising, We are one with our innermost Lord. Om Namah Shivaya. The divine resides inside. We are incarnations, avatars, alchemized. Our resonation has jumped an octave or two. Our incarnation has become a divine human in you. You are master, you are light, you are sacred, you have sight, you have the gift to be able to perceive. Your soul exists eternally. Awakening now, restored in your body like a spiritual sound that brings sacred harmony. It shines around you in this quantum space. And now it crowns you, the galactic race. Your energy, your aura expands beyond your form, your mindscape, such power. You are truly being reborn. In your heart space at this hour, it's the butterfly effect. And you rippling with your power from that quantum state, success. You have achieved this space of gnosis, of yoga, of union. You are in that state of oneness in your heart space. You are blooming. That master super consciousness of you has now arrived as we're in that state of oneness with the universal mind. Om Namah Shivaya. Nityanandam Paramasukharam Kevalam Jnanamurtayam Dvadvaditam Gaganashradisam Tatsvamasyadi Laksham Ekam Nityam Vivalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutayam Bhavatitam Chiganarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Nityanandam Paramashivoham. Divine grace, divine beauty, divine power, divine light, infinite intelligence, restored now inside. All the elements in balance, including ether and the higher mind. The light, the master intelligence within our quantum field online. Our earth elemental is balanced. Our fire has been contained. Our water element transforming, still and peaceful. Warm and still. We're feeling. The air around us is soothing, and others can perceive that all the elements transforming into sacred geometries. And in this now, our aura is shining, golden like a pearl, and iridescent, radiating around us, and we feel the light within us expanding as we're coming back alive, the universe transforming from that inner space inside. And now we are softening, and now we start to rise, restored, rebuilt, returning, now here from inside, deepening our breath, wiggling our fingers now and wiggling our toes, stretching and yawning and coming back to life, restored, rebuilt, and whole. Reaching those arms up towards our ears, stretching and yawning, divine being here. Gathering our knees up into our chest, filling with peace like a newborn fetus, And whenever we're ready, rolling onto our side. Coming back up to seated, head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Adjusting ourselves in our seated asana, easy seated pose. Sitting in our enlightenment bodhisattva as the Buddha, as the Krishna, as that Christ child. Sitting in our yoga, our human divine, the Shiva, the Shakti, the higher self online. Breathe into that silence one more time. So now from this place of stillness and power, create a command for life. Affirm a new dimension of you, a new timeline you're shifting into and stepping into at this time. Command the abundance, prosperity, the health, the wealth, the number, the energy, the emotions. Command it to the field. Affirm that it is, and so it shall be revealed. And inhaling our arms up to the sky, gathering our intention one more time. Pull these hands down the center line. We command, we affirm, and so it is. In you and in I. Divine in me, divine in thee, one great light of eternity. Magical words, please say it with me. Namaste. Bow to the divine in all beings. Super friends, Galactivate! Thank you so much one more time for joining us live in person and online, YouTube live and on the replay, TikTok live, Om Shanti Shante. We invite you to go to Galactivators.com, check out all of our fun stuff, music, videos, art, coloring books, events, creations, performances, connections, singing bowls, yoga clothes, Christmas gifts, Galactivators.com. Please visit us there. And if you'd like to leave a donation, you're welcome to as well. And I hope you have the best day ever, super friends. Hopefully we'll see you tonight on our magical musical live stream online. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for Galactivated Yoga on the beach. Until then, stay galactivated, stay lit. Namaste.